So I'm not gonna lie to y'all, we did get some pretty concerning news recently with RELL, but I also, like I said, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, we also did get some pretty good and interesting news as well. Now I'm gonna ask y'all wanna hear the good news or the bad news first? Damn, I knew you was gonna say you wanted to hear the bad news first, so we'll go over that because I'm pretty sure there's overall less bad news, technically, ratio speaking. But the bad news has to do with what the RELL brothers stated about the whole new One Piece game, the official One Piece game that's coming out. I'm sure some of you guys didn't see my video on that situation, so let me kind of explain it. Basically, as y'all probably remember, there's a Netflix One Piece game, which is an official One Piece game by Netflix. Now, everybody was concerned and scared that that game was going to copyright a bunch of One Piece games, similar to how the Game Fam My Hero game copyright striked a bunch of My Hero Academia games. And then that game actually released, and they didn't copyright strike anybody. The game was literally completely fine, pretty much. Okay, don't get me wrong, the game was trash. If y'all have seen it, oh my god, it's bad. It's one of the most popular videos on my channel. I think if you guys want to go see more in detail about that game. But the point is, that game didn't copyright strike anybody, so everybody was happy, right? Well, we was happy, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna last too long. And that's because now an official One Piece game, not with Netflix, but the actual just official One Piece and Roblox are making a game. And even though the Netflix game didn't copyright strike nobody and they was chill like that, it doesn't seem like people think this game will actually go the same way. And I mean, from a business perspective, it does make sense, obviously, and especially when you get into the real details, which we'll go over right now. So as you guys know, RELL's release date is confirmed for December. Now, it turns out the official Roblox One Piece game is also gonna be confirmed for winter, or not gonna be confirmed, it literally is confirmed to be winter, so very likely December during winter break, which is probably the most logical time to release a game besides maybe summer. Now imagine they release their game and nobody playing that joint because RELL just dropped, everybody having fun on RELL instead of the official One Piece game, right? And if we're being for real, we're probably not playing the official One Piece game no matter what, but they're not gonna see it that way. So when they see that they might have the option to take down RELL depending on obviously how good of a job RELL does at avoiding copyright, they're gonna assume a lot of those players are gonna go play their game instead. And if we're being real, like I said, I don't think that's the case. I'm not gonna play that game, or I'll play it for a video probably, but not besides that. But the point is, it makes a logical sense since they're releasing so close to each other for them to take down RELL if RELL doesn't literally avoid every single copyright possible. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, literally the RELL brothers themselves, RELL said basically this. He said this is the actual IP coming to the platform, not the Netflix version, and they chose winter. RELL releases in winter, it may be risky. So already from that, he said, maybe risky. Is he trying to delay it from winter? I don't know. Low-key sounds like he might be thinking about it a little bit, which I can't blame them for too much. They're not trying to get the game taken down. Then he says, we're going to have to triple check and make sure nothing relates too much to the IP. We'll keep you guys updated. And by the way, something I didn't mention in this video, but I've mentioned before, the whole copyright revamp they already went through took them months of development time. It's part of the reason that RELL didn't release earlier. And to me, it sounds like they're basically saying they might need to change even more stuff up. Obviously, if they didn't need to change anything else up, he probably wouldn't say they would have to triple check everything. So no matter what, this is definitely not a good thing. I don't feel like in any way you could definitely see this as a good thing, at least if you're a fan of RELL. Now, I feel like best case scenario, the game doesn't get delayed. Obviously, they still have to change some more stuff up, but they can still meet their deadline. And in that scenario, they also don't get taken down, obviously, because they're not infringing on any copyright. Or best case scenario for real, maybe they do have some copyright in and One Piece just doesn't care and they say, hey, we support you guys using our copyright, we don't really care. That would honestly be the best case scenario to me. But like I said, for obvious business reasons, that's pretty unlikely. Now, another developer who's a dev for another One Piece game called Golden Piece Adventure, I don't know if y'all have heard of that, I made a video on it before, but he actually commented on it and said, small hint, some of the models are still at risk. Few bosses model you showcase in the second movie, for example. Slight color change doesn't do the trick anymore. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I'm assuming he's mostly talking about the giant boss in RELL's movie too, but I'm not sure if that 100% makes sense, because if you actually look at the boss, it's not just the color that changed, even though it might seem like it's just the color that changed. Even the helmet design has changed. They also got rid of his super long beard and made it very short, just like a normal beard. So honestly, I don't think this boss is at risk if you ask me, or at least at significant risk. I'll probably put them side to side, or just put one and then the other, so you guys can make your own judgments if you think it's very clear copyright. Now, another boss he might have been talking about is the tiger boss from Wano. Now, as you could probably see, they're very similar. The main changes is the RELL one doesn't have like only one eye, and also the pattern is a bit different of the actual fur. And to be honest, if I had to guess, I feel like this wouldn't be at too much risk, simply because it is a tiger. It's literally a real life animal. Now, obviously in real life they don't have tigers with swords, and I don't even know if tigers can come in this type of color pattern, but you still see what I'm saying, right? So although it's definitely a bit scary, this whole copyright scenario going on, I do believe RELL has already changed pretty pretty much enough that they should be fine. Now, honestly, what I'm more scared of is RELL's delaying the game again to change even more stuff. I feel like that would be the thing that would suck the most. But let me know what you guys think is going to happen with this whole situation. I'm really not completely sure. I'm honestly hoping that they don't go and actually copyright any games at all. I feel like that's the best case scenario for Roblox in general, or at least this community, because it means that games can actually probably just use the IP at that point because they don't care. Okay, but before we get into the good news, I need y'all to pick a number 1 through 10. Okay, pick one. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if your number, I'm not even gonna lie, let me not even say all that. I don't care what number you pick. Just like and subscribe, please. That's all. Like, just click the like and subscribe button. We almost have 50K, bro. But let me actually get into the good news that RELL has recently posted. The first thing is they actually posted the VFX for Galaxy Impact, which I'm assuming might be like a fighting style or something in RELL. Obviously not Galaxy Impact itself being a fighting style, but maybe GARP's fighting style, because I really don't know how else they could be implementing Galaxy Impact, so that's what I'm assuming. Maybe it's like a card. If you guys remember RELL Season Movie 2, they showed a whole card system, but I think a fighting style is definitely the safer option. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys seen the clips from that Galaxy Impact GARP episode, and I'm not gonna lie, that hoe is crazy, so I hope it does look at least somewhat similar in RELL, but from this screenshot, it looks decent, but it's just a screenshot of VFX. There's no real way to know exactly how good it's gonna look in game based on that. Now, time to go over probably the best news they actually gave us, and that is the confirmation that we are going to be getting an improved combat showcase. As you guys know, they did show some of the combat in RELL Movie 2, but they really didn't show a lot of it. Like, I do think a lot of us were expecting to see a little more combat than we actually did, at least PvP combat, because we did see a lot of combat in general and with the bosses and whatnot. But they did a poll to get 30K likes. They said if you get 30K likes, we'll do an advanced combat showcase, and obviously they got that, so we are going to be getting that. They said they're just waiting on the SFX, and then they're pretty much done, or obviously they got to record it and then they're done. But if the RELL brothers are listening, if you could tell us exactly how long you think the showcase is going to be, that would help a lot, because honestly, if it's going to be pretty long, I wouldn't mind streaming it. For those that pulled up to RELL Movie 2 stream, you know that stream was crazy, but I feel like there is a lot of haters on the RELL combat currently. A lot of people think the combat is just bad, so hopefully this showcase does show us that those people are wrong and the combat turns out looking really clean. But obviously we'll just have to wait and see how it looks and how it looks like it feels. But I know I did say that was the best news that we got, but I completely lied, because we have the Kentucky Boss Chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken boss. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the showcase doesn't really show much. It just kind of shows that the boss is working and then it attacks. So I guess basically from this you could tell they're still working on the game consistently. RELL Bad even said in Discord, boss system is being heavily improved. We haven't stopped grinding a single day since you saw the final teaser, not movie 2, working every day as usual. Now, I believe the RELL final teaser was over 4 months ago, so basically he's saying they've been locked in for over 4 months. Now, this news is kind of old at this point, but right after RELL Movie 2, they did make a lot of improvements. They said they posted a video, and basically in the video they showed a lot of the improvements they've made. Now, a lot of them were definitely needed. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. For example, the lion boss, if y'all watch RELL Movie 2, you know that lion boss, you know what I'm saying, it was a little questionable. The animations were very janky, etc. And they actually did show that it's a lot better now, and they made a lot of other positive changes. They also said the attack delay animation is fixed. They said that the lock-on system is better, which is basically like where your camera is locked on the boss and kind of follows them. The tracking, I guess, is better. They said the bosses are more aggressive, and they also just improved the animations for the M1s and just the basic, you know, normal player animations. And I believe that was posted like 1 day after movie 2, so I don't know how they made a lot of improvements that fast, but clearly they're not lying. They was locked in. But as y'all probably know, we're less than 700 subs away from 50K, and at 50K, you know what I'm saying, we get it lit at 50K. So I'd appreciate it if you want to hit the like and subscribe button. It does a lot for the algorithm as well. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Later.